guys, it's me, Yvonne. Today I want to tell you guys about 5 things I've learned since becoming a wife. Let's get into it. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in today. So today, I want to talk to you about things I've learned since becoming a wife. Now, there's a million, bajillion, cajillion, I don't know the rest of those things that you can learn while becoming a wife or being a wife. I only pointed some of these out because there were things I just really didn't know before, or thought I knew and didn't, or became a little more skilled at. They're simple, but they're true. So, number 1, I learned how to respect my husband. When I was growing up, I realized, now that I'm married, looking at my childhood, I realized there was nothing in my childhood that taught me, or anything in my life as a young adult or a young lady, that taught me anything about respect in the aspect of towards a man or your husband. So by being married, I've learned that what my husband views as respect is totally different than what I view as respect. So for me, it wasn't something that's across the board. Respect is respect. It wasn't like that. There were things that I thought were harmless, and he'd be like, that's disrespectful. And I'm like, what do you mean? But we grew, and I've grown to understand what respect means to my husband. It's good to find out, because I also don't know if it's the same for every man. It's good to find out what your husband views as respect to him. And if he's telling you he doesn't feel like you're respecting him, take that into consideration. I'll just be like, oh, you tripping, whatever, I am respecting you, da 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 da. If he's telling you that, then I would listen. We kind of went back and forth about that a little bit. But I also learned that men are raised, or boys are raised on respect. Men respect each other. And a lot of times women don't respect each other. They don't respect boundaries. They don't respect you as a person. They immediately judge each other. So respect for women and men is just like 2 different things. Number 2, I learned how to listen better. A lot of times your spouse or people in general have already told you exactly what they want, and it goes through one ear and out of the other, or we feel like, oh, that's too simple, there must be something between those lines, but it's literally just that. I don't have any examples right now, but just keep that in mind. If someone tells you something, if they tell you how they feel about something, if they told you they don't like something, they told you they would like for you to do something, they probably meant it 100%. No matter if they were giggling when, you gotta not read between those lines, but read between the lines of, don't brush it off, don't forget about it, don't let it go through one ear and out the other. Take heed to what they're saying. Pay attention to the subtleties, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because it might not sound like some big old thing, but they said it and they meant it, and you just weren't listening. Number 3, marriage is not 50-50, okay? There's gonna be times when you're doing more than they are, they're doing more than you are, but that's the purpose of being a helpmeet, okay? You bridge the gap where they need to be bridged, okay? There's, of course, times when you might be sick, down and out. Okay, don't let the wife be sick and down and out, and there's nothing being cooked, nothing being washed, nothing being whatever. So there's gonna be times when husband has to step in, wash clothes, wash dishes, cook dinner, get the kids ready for school. So, but know that that's on the other end as well. If your husband can't work, if he can't do this, can't do that, it's not gonna be 50-50. There is no you need to pull your weight around here. Sometimes you might have to pull all the weight, and that's okay. But that's the purpose of having a life partner, of being married, having someone who can be there with you in those times of need, and you're not alone. in doing it all the time. Okay? Number 4, the healthiest way to pour into your marriage is to speak your spouse's love language. I learned that my love language is gift, or giving of gift, and or receiving of gifts, I guess, because it's my love language, and acts of service. So like if Brandon came home with one rose, or a pack of candy, or a teddy bear, or just something he knew that I wanted from the store, or anything like that, that's gift giving. It doesn't have to be super expensive, super cheap, whatever. Just the fact that you thought of me when you were out and you were listening to me when I said something. Acts of service. I love help. I love, not that you're going above and beyond or completely out the way to do something for me, but to just go and do something that you knew I needed done or needed help with, just to be maybe one less thing I had to do. Or it just shows me that you care when you're physically doing something for me. I feel like people can talk all day. So words of affirmation is not my love language, although words can tear people down, but they can build people up. Anyway, Brandon's love language I learned from the book, and I had no clue until I read the book, because he didn't know either. I realized that his love language is words of affirmation and physical touch. So he likes when I, just hug him out the blue, put my hand on his shoulder, encourage him with words, speak positive things over him, let him know how he's doing as a man of the house, let him know how he's doing as a father. I think it's good for him to hear those things. So we're kind of opposite on that. So it's good to read that book. If you haven't read it, you can get it at I think you can, if they have it, you can get it at the Half Price bookstore, or you can get it on Amazon like I did. Number 5 is a really big one. I learned in my marriage how to actually die down to yourself, which is something we should do as Christians anyway, is not be selfish. Okay, so I feel like marriage teaches you specifically how to do a lot of things we should be doing as the body of Christ with the rest of the world or other believers anyway, but you're being forced to do it because now you're married with someone and this is how you should act with them. So I learned how to die down to myself. I learned how to put everything that I wanted to the side because we have become one, and I've learned how to put Brandon's needs before mine, and he's learned how to put my needs before his. Not that we're forgetting about everything that each of us wants to do, but we're finding compromising ways to make sure that they can all get done without the household suffering, which is a big deal, because especially in our case, because both of us have businesses and we want them to succeed. But if we're pouring thousands of dollars over here and then thousands of dollars over there, and then things in the middle are suffering because of it, that's not good. But if we're pouring thousands of dollars into one place while the other one's like, okay, what about me? We've learned how to die down to self in our businesses, but we've also learned how to do it amongst each other, how to set aside our differences and realize that our marriage is the ultimate goal right now. Everything else we thought we wanted in a single life, things just have to die down. Your flesh has to die down. Not saying you can't have anything you want, but it can't be I'm a trample all over you to get it. But find peaceful ways to be on common ground. And I would say that was the hardest thing that I've ever had to do involving another human being. Okay, but we have figured it out. We are content where we are. We are still madly in love. We're coming up on 4 years of marriage next month in August, and I couldn't be happier. Okay, so that's my 5 things I've learned since being a wife. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at 30 Under Construction. And be sure to subscribe to Brandon's channel and follow him on Instagram at brandon.more.music. And don't forget to watch my latest videos. Bye guys!